Welcome everybody. Windy City Savage. We are back. Co-host, introduce yourself.
Guys, it is me. It is SG3. How y'all doing tonight, man?
And I am your one and only Windy City Savage himself. Thank you very much for joining us tonight. And we already know the title, the pick. He's back. The beast is back. The one and only Brock Lesnar has come back in the shocking return last night that no one, and I mean no one, could have predicted. And there was no dirt sheets, there was no Dave Meltzer. Nobody had this coming. Nobody could have predicted this. WWE just gave us a curveball and surprised the hell out of us. And not only that, but gave us all a shock and awe.
Actually, the one that surprised me, if you look at it, I was watching the clip where it's Michael Cole and Wade Barrett, and if you look at it, both of them are just like, "Is this really happening?" Like they couldn't believe it.
Well, you do realize that some of the stuff they're not even told.
Yeah,
I don't know if you watched the new documentary series Unreal on Netflix.
I have not watched it. I heard it's really good stuff though.
Yeah, it's okay. I mean, I'm not a big fan of exposing, the gorilla position in kayfabe.
Of course.
But I mean, it was all right. It wasn't bad for what it was, and they were even told like a lot of stuff that they not aware about. Like John Cena's heels turn.
Yeah,
They weren't aware about it at all. Like they actually were there real time. Like, oh my god, like can't believe it just happened. So a lot of the things are kept under the nose just so that way to make sure that it gives them the real shock value. Not just like pretend.
but you can hear it in their voice.
Yeah, so a lot of things they're not aware of. So that's the thing. Look, let's just recap real quick. SummerSlam night 1. Overall, what do you think of it? I personally didn't really like it as much. I thought, honestly, if it wasn't for the main event, it was kind of dull. Like, the matches were not really that great. What's it called? Orton and Jelly Roll versus Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul wasn't as good as I thought. The one thing that kind of annoyed me, and I get it, he's a celebrity, is that the way Jelly Roll took that finisher from Logan Paul is like he sits there, he's like, and then he's like, oh, he's about to frog splash me. And you see it on the camera, he grabs his arms. And I'm just like I get it, you're supposed to brace yourself, but don't make it too obvious, like I mean, I get it, he's a celebrity. It's just, I guess that thing bothers me, especially when you're like co-main eventing. Yeah, I'm sorry, it just really bothers me. I didn't really like that match. It was nice to see Alexa and Charlotte Flair win it.
I was surprised by that. I thought honestly judgment they were going to take it.
I mean, but that's the thing. It's like when the iron's hot, strike now. And that's the one thing I did give WWE credit for. They finally got it right. And
they've been listening to the show. That's why.
Yeah, exactly. I hope so. Triple H, I hope you're listening out there because there's many more critiques that I'm going to give you tonight. As well as, what was the other match? Sorry, I forgot.
Naomi.
Oh, yes. Naomi.
Io and Rhea.
No, that was night 2, bro.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, right. Night 2.
Night 2, yeah. Give me 1 second. Let me pull that card up. But yeah, what do you think overall, bro?
Well, again, night 1 was Gunther versus CM Punk. Oh, Roman and Jay.
Roman and Jay versus Braun and Bronson Reed. Braun and Bronson. So that one was okay, but I mean, you already know it's kind of a squash for Roman Reigns and Jey Uso to go over real quick. What was this? Boo, Seth Rollins.
That's my honey. Okay, girl. I see you, baby. She said the truth. Okay, she doesn't like the fact that Seth Rollins cashed in. We'll ask you later, why didn't you like it?
Yeah. Comment. Tell us, please, because honestly, we all got our opinions here, and I didn't like it, but it made sense. It made sense. We're gonna go into details on that.
I wish they just book Gunther strong with the freaking title.
Yep.
That's the thing that pisses me off.
Oh, and one of your favorites, we didn't mention this right now, Sami Zayn versus Karrion Kross. Well, that's the thing. It's like people were saying, oh, Kross should go over, Kross this. Here's the thing. I'm going to tell you one thing. If anyone noticed, his contract, I'm sure, had already expired. He wasn't showing up tonight's Raw. He was mentioned, but there was indicators that he wasn't even there tonight. They're saying that they're on negotiations and he might not sign. So this might have just been like the Ricochet type of thing where Squash them, get rid of them, on to the next. I don't
Yeah.
know. What do you think?
I hope they sign him. He's a very good talent. He has a cool entrance. He's really good in the ring. He's good with the mic. You can see the fact that he's trying hey, I could dig deeper than what you probably would think. You probably see me as a guy, that I can't really talk to about. But he could talk really well on the
Of course you
mic,
can. Yeah.
set up a promo, really set something up and really do well.
Mm-hmm.
I would have liked if he would have gone over during this time because it's like you could have seen again the heel Sami Zayn, not the comic heel Sami Zayn, but an actual heel Sami Zayn.
Well, they could have done it right where Sammy wins. All right, but he wins using, the weapon, the
That
pipe.
pipe, yeah.
Yeah. And then he would have told, what's his name?
Karrion Kross.
Karrion Kross, like, you know what? You're right. You're right.
Yeah.
And he kind of did mention that tonight on Raw. Like, he was right. I kind of did want to hit him with the pipe. But it's like, but why now? Why couldn't it have been at the pay-per-view or PLE, whatever you call it? That indicates that maybe Karrion Kross is on his way out. Maybe they won't negotiate something well for him. And look, man, you could either set yourself to be a mid-carder or a jobber or be in catering all you want and still make good money.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you really care your career, get out of there, go someplace where you're going to be valued more. Where that is up to you. I mean, there's so many promotions out there.
Actually,
it's endless. And the way the guy is, he's not going to have any issues finding work. And there are going to be people that are going to want to sign him. And then maybe eventually, then maybe he could come back later on. But it's just odd that this was Triple H's guy. And I get it. Vince kind of squashed him because Vince didn't really like this guy. But you would think that Triple H back in power, he would have pushed Karrion Kross to the moon or at least upper mid card. But it just doesn't seem like he believes in the guy. I mean, this was back-to-back PLEs that he finally first appeared. He's never been to back-to-back PLEs in WWE since he jumped on the main roster.
No.
It's ridiculous. I think this is a big loss that they let him walk, but it's also probably be the right thing for Kross's career if they're not going to push him up. At least, I'm not saying world title. I'm just saying upper mid card, at least. But he does have a lot of fans backing him up,
I mean, dude, he would have done a great match against Jacob Fatu. I could see that eventually.
Yeah, well, I don't know if eventually anymore.
Yeah, against Solo, I could have seen something there, a little comedic heel versus heel kind of thing,
Yeah, but I don't know, man. Let's just hope for the best. But let's get to the main event. CM Punk versus Gunther. All right, 30 minutes. It was a pretty good match, honestly.
Gunther bled.
So let's go into details with that. So the spot that he got him at was the announce table, right?
Yeah.
So if you didn't notice, he was bleeding from the top. He grabbed some of the blood and kind of he was trying to rub it off, but play it off like he's not doing it. But he rubbed it off on his nose to make it seem like his nose was broken. There's a reason for that. He has an injury already, a previous injury. And it's actually, I think he's suffering from breathing. I think he broke his nose early on in his career and he has to get it realigned or something. So he's planning to have surgery. So this is spot where they want you to believe it was caused because of Punk.
Yeah.
So he's going to be out for a while. I don't know if that's going to start immediately affected or it's going to wait a bit. But that's actually, one of those things that people may not know that was actually an angle shot for him to get written off of TV for quite a while he has his surgery going on.
Okay.
But overall though, it was a really good match. Yeah. I mean, honestly, that's the thing. When Punk's returned, he has not given a bad match that I remember so far in WWE. What do you think?
I'm trying to think of a bad Punk match.
I cannot think of one, man.
No, I can't either. No, I mean it's good. Don't get me wrong. Hey, man, I really want Gunther to finally actually do something with the freaking World Heavyweight Championship because I'm tired of him. He was good with NXT's title. He was good with the Intercontinental, but it's like when he gets the main one, he all the time. There's the record is gone. It doesn't matter anymore.
Well, that's the thing, man. It's just that people were complaining about. Why have Jay lose it? Why have Gunther lose it? Look, in the end of the day, my personal opinion, you may have yours, she may have hers, but I think this is best for business, and I'm going to tell you why. Jay versus Goldberg, would have never worked, and Goldberg would not work with him.
No.
No, you could already tell. And if he did, he's gonna want to go over Jay.
If you guys think right now the complaining is bad, it would have been worse.
It would have been worse, and that wasn't gonna work. So of course they had to take the title off of Gunther. All right, Punk versus Gunther. It was obvious. Punk was gonna win. If Gunther had this injury, he needed time off. He was gonna lose the title. So him taking it off of Jade made sense to go against Goldberg to give that more prestige type of matchup. Then losing it to Punk made more sense. Now here's the kicker, guys. You may disagree, you may not. But Punk losing it that night. I'm a big CM Punk fan. So are you.
Heck yeah, I have a lot of hats and shirts.
Yep, but it made sense for him to lose. All right, and we're gonna get more in details about every scenario that happened that night. But in the end of the day, that title is the workhorse title. All right, not the WWE undisputed champion. It's the world heavyweight title. Yeah. It's the workhorse, and Punk is not going to be there every single week defending it and on Raw. I'm sorry, he's not built for that.
He's not the age.
He's not the age. He's more for the undisputed title, where you could just come out, go film, go MIA for a bit, yeah, and just disappeared.
Matches every pay-per-view, PLE. Stay PLE. You got a match. Yeah. It's fine.
Yeah, so
a couple of nights on SmackDown here and there. Go sprinkle,
away. And just walk away. Yeah. And it made sense for him to lose it. And like we were discussing it earlier, you had your theories. I had my theories. You thought he was legit injured. I'm sorry. I had to say it. Like, I did not see that ref throw the X. When it's a serious injury, no matter what, they're supposed to throw the X. Then that's when the medics comes out, because that's a serious injury. The fact that the referees never did it told me is that this is a kind of a work right here. I really thought it was, and it came out to be true. Was I still surprised? Yeah, because here's the thing that WWE does right. Triple H does right. He waits till the very end of the PLE when they're like 5 minutes into the celebration.
And finally.
Yeah, like bam, burn it down. And he's with crutches. And I mean, we already seen it coming once he came out. And I'm like, all right. Yeah, he's faking that injury. And props to them. Too. I think he came out once he got injured. See, here's another thing. When he got injured, I forgot what talk show he appeared in right away, like 2 days later.
Yeah.
He appeared in crutches and says, yeah, I'm injured. But that's the thing, my man. If you're really legit injured, are you going to go on the talk show host right away? Or are you going to go try to get yourself fixed? Get some x-rays, rest. You're not going to go into talk show host and, it just, I felt like he was already hiding something then and there.
But the fact that did you hear his most recent interview? What he said?
What
he said? He went to the beach with his daughter. He wore the crutches. He went to have dinner. I forgot with who and who. It was his wife, his daughters, and 2 other people. I forgot who else. He wore the crutches. Mm-hmm. Like, dude, this guy literally went everywhere with the crutches for 3 weeks to sell the injury. Dude, hats off to Seth Rollins, man. Honestly, that guy, if you had to sell it like that, hey, my guy, kudos to you. Kudos to you.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, there were some dirt sheets that were reporting, but I also call it BS because I know there was that one dirt sheet where he was saying that he was told before coming into Saturday night's main event that there was going to be an injury angle. But it's like, but okay, my guy, if that was the case, why didn't you make this newsworthy before Saturday night's main event instead of after? So they didn't know jack shit. They had the work angle right, but at the same time, they just didn't know jack shit. So that's the thing, man. Honestly, it makes sense. Overall, this was the best for business. I mean, so put it this way. Night 1, the matches were kind of like, but the main event was good overall. I gave it like a C. Solid C. I can't give it more than that. Hell, I kind of want to give it a C minus, but the main Punk versus Gunther was a classic, honestly.
I'm in Chicago here in December, so I knew it was going to be a good match.
Yeah, it was good. It was one of the best, obviously, the best matches of the night. So C. But here's the thing, man. It's just like there's so besides Gunther and Punk and Rollins, everything else storyline wise just It's not adding up. It's not making any sense. There's just lately with Triple H, there's a lot of clusterfuck of a mess, and he's not knowing where to go, what directions, where to go. I mean, what do you think?
Listen, I'll tell you this. This is something that I've talked with a couple people. I feel that honestly Triple H he's unfortunate doing this. He's listening too much to TKO. TKO's are trying to get out storylines, and you don't have enough time to let a storyline simmer. And when you let the storyline simmer, it's too long of a simmer. So it's like there's a lot of people who said, "Oh yeah, man, this would have been done in like it should have been done in 2 weeks, should have been done in 3 months, should have been done in whatever time." But it's like no, because I mean, look at the bloodline. Look at how long we got the bloodline, and everyone loves the bloodline.
But to be honest, to be fair, the bloodline wasn't Triple H's idea. It was Vince.
I mean, but Triple H carried it to the end after Vince.
Yeah, but formula was already there. All I'm saying is, what has Triple H come out since then of his own that's worked? You know what I'm saying? It's like
Judgment Day.
I think Judgment Day was already there too, because Vince was already running.
Vince started it, Triple H changed it, and it's been consistent with that.
Yeah, but
Dominic Mysterio, I'll go with that one.
Yeah, but Judgment Day hasn't been hot since really Damien and Rhea. Like they're just more of a comedic effect. I'm not saying they're not hot, but they're not as big as they used to be. Like besides, okay, so like, what is the hottest thing so far that you have?
Yeah, Punk, Gunther, Roman, every so often Jay.
Storyline though.
Oh,
that's what I'm saying. What is your hottest storyline? Because like Judgment Day, okay, let's just put it this way. Tonight on Raw, there's no mention of Judgment Days and Finn Balor or anything. It was just Dom and AJ, really. See what I mean? Now you're yeah. You got a comment by the way.
I was gonna say we got a comment. CM Punk. So basically, Honey again. She says CM Punk worked hard for the title just to lose it to Seth. For Seth to fake being injured. It's by the way, it's her daughter. Hi Mika. And I knew CM Punk was gonna win, but Seth just had to ruin this moment. Like no, or his moment. Like no.
I mean, but that's the thing. Every good guy needs a villain.
That's
something you got to learn in life. That no matter what, you could have it all, and in 1 minute, it's all taken away.
Hey, Seth did say, don't forget what Seth said. As long as I'm here, you're not going to be champion.
Yep.
And Seth's been keeping true to his word to this day.
Yeah, honestly. But I don't know, man. Like, dude, it just...
So back to what I was saying, storyline-wise, I mean...
There's just nothing that pops out like... Like, you know,
I mean, kind of one thing right now, little summer is Fatu versus Solo.
Let's get into Night. Not really. I'm sorry. And we're gonna get to Night 2 pretty soon. And I'm gonna go into that match because it was fucking horrible.
It was.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is he does not know what he's doing like as good as he did. And this is the stuff
in NXT.
This is the stuff in NXT that he was already doing, but in NXT it kind of worked. Because you had a fast pace of wrestling, but it's not carrying on to the main brand.
Because it's not fast paced.
No, it's not. I'm sorry. This was never WWE style. He's suffering right now. Like and it could be TKO, but I also think it's him. I just think he just ran his course.
Listen, dude, I'll tell you one thing. I know we're going to talk about Night 2 in a bit, but I'm going to give him props for one thing that no one's talked about. The fact that he's done this twice for two people. AKA bringing them out with no media, no internet, no nothing, no dirt sheets, nothing, knowing the fact that we're going to come back or that we're going to come out. Ronda Rousey, Brock Lesnar. Especially because everyone's been saying Brock Lesnar was written off. Brock Lesnar's not going to be
Ronda Rousey?
Yeah.
When?
Remember when she came? It wasn't SummerSlam. It was 2016 when she came out.
Triple H was in charge of that?
Yeah, Triple H was like, I'm the one that brought her in. It wasn't Vince, it was Triple H. Even Triple H was like, do you guys understand how hard it is to fly her from wherever the hell she was at to here, to get her through airport security, to get her through airports, everything, without one person saying anything? It was difficult. Now imagine this man, the dude that was quote-unquote blacklisted by WWE. There was nothing on the internet, nothing of a Brock sighting, nothing at all.
There was actually... So he was spotted actually like a couple of days before, and
but it wasn't like maybe.
Well,
like no one really talked about it. It was like, yeah, whatever, just screw it.
No, they did ask him. They're like, hey, are you planning to return to wrestling? And he threw out like, no, I'm actually retired. I don't know if you heard of that one.
I did not hear that one.
Yeah,
No.
they ask him, they're like, and he's just like, no, I'm retired now. And so that's what people do. That's what it got thrown off is the fact that he was kind of like joking but serious, like, I'm retired, dude. Like, and people kind of believed it for a bit. That's why nobody saw that coming because we
Yeah.
thought he was done. Yeah, but what I'm saying though, storyline, dude, is just that it's a mess, man. He's not letting things simmer like it was 2024. Look, I'm sorry, dude. The bloodline could have been more of The Rock's idea. And because The Rock was more involved. And
The
let's be
final
real,
boss.
the final boss really what made that storyline. And I'm sorry to say, bro, I don't think Triple H knows what he's doing a lot of the time. Now he has great ideas, yes, but we really need a man in there to give it more details. And since The Rock left, I don't know, man.
I thought that's what they had Paul Heyman in there for, but I don't know if
I-
Paul really does a lot.
No, but Paul's just a manager, dude. Paul doesn't want to be involved. Paul's involvement was with the bloodline. Paul's role is just show up, manage whoever, leave. It's literally what he wants to be. He doesn't want to be a producer.
He was in the meeting when they called the Punk to win the Rumble.
Yeah, he was in the meeting, but he said it himself. Like he came back to WWE just for the manager role. Like if they ask him for an opinion, he doesn't want more to do with it. I mean, look how many times that he's been backstage producer for SmackDown. I think twice.
Yeah.
Like, and he got fired from that position, so it just doesn't work for him. What I'm just saying though, man, honestly, night one was kind of lackluster. I give it a C.
And that's only because of the main event.
Honestly, that's the thing.
If it wasn't for the main event, it was like a C minus D plus.
Yeah. All right, let's get into night two. All right, a couple of good matches, a little bit better. Let's just start off with a TLC match. It's pretty good.
That was a good match. However, though, you can tell who was gonna win.
And
that's the one thing I don't like. It was a dead giveaway who was gonna win.
Not only that, but you notice that the fans even booed.
I didn't know. I did not catch that. No.
Yeah, they booed the Wyatt Six when they were reaching for the belt for a bit, and then later they cheered for them once they got the belts down. But it seemed like even the fans didn't want the obvious to win that night. And I'm gonna tell you the truth, I didn't either. Because in the end of the day, what has the Wyatt Six really done to earn this? Besides appear, look crazy, and now we're just gonna give them a belt. They haven't been anywhere lately.
They did. They did that one thing. Yeah.
Yeah, like 6-7 months ago.
That 8 months ago, a year.
Yeah, a year ago when they debuted, and that's it. So there was more tag teams in there that I thought were better off winning the titles. I get it.
DIY should have won them.
I want to say so. I'm a big Johnny Gargano fan from NXT. I would love to see them, especially how his wife ended up taking that bump.
Damn, that was nasty as fuck. She landed on her knee. Sorry for the word, but Lord, she landed nasty, dude.
And you notice how Johnny just like, instead of going outside the ring and checking, all right, shake it off. All right, let's go. Like I gotta win the title.
Girl, you good?
You gotta play. You gotta get the titles, man. I don't blame them. I would have done the same thing. Like, yeah, all right, walk it off, shake it off.
That
all right,
tag team from NXT should have won it too. Axiom, they should have won.
Axiom should have won.
They should have won.
So many people. I'm sorry, but I'm not. Look, we already know why the White Six won. They have their theme park, their little theme going on with Universal Studios. Let's give them the belt. They're gonna carry it on all the way to October, probably, which is just bullshit.
It's fucking Survivor Series.
It's complete bullshit.
That's when they're gonna lose it.
Honestly, I'm sorry. It's just complete bullshit. I mean, it really is. We get it. We get why. I don't agree with it. Not at all.
How Motor City and Machine Guns, I feel like we want it. Street Profits.
I mean, we would want the Street Profits to win. I think everybody wants the
Actually, dude, I think honestly the one team that got like the most cheer that day was the Ray Phoenix versus Andrade and excuse me, not versus and Andrade team.
Yeah. They were good.
They were really fucking good, dude.
Yeah.
The spot from Ray Phoenix was on the table was fantastic. Andrade feels like he's actually having fun with this again.
Well, anytime Andrade gets a hold of a ladder, it's always been good. Like if you notice anything he was been inserted, he always makes the best out of it. But that's the
But I feel
thing.
like teaming with Ray really has like sparked again his career.
Really.
I feel like it has.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
because I mean, if you think about it, before this, it was like, why are you in this?
Right. I mean, I don't
I
like
mean,
the
he wasn't Money in the Bank. Even us, literally, were like, why are you in this?
right. I don't actually disagree with that. I think that's a good tag team booking right there. Really is. We got a comment, by the way.
Um, MNK, hi, hello. I'm so upset John lost, but so happy Brock returned.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna say I wasn't jumping up and down the moment Brock came back, but that's me.
I mean, I was shocked. Honestly, it just threw me off, dude. Because okay, you could tell that something was gonna happen because they just kept celebrating, and it kept going on. And this was Triple H does best is that he makes you think the show's about to go over, and then the theme song hits,
Yeah,
and then on goes Brock Lesnar, shocks the fucking world. And boy, was I shocked. Everybody was, that was the talk of the night, really, dude. I think social media was going crazy.
they really did. I may not have watched that video about a good 25 times already. Not the
Yeah.
point of the conversation. But in 4 hours, that video hit almost 200,000 views.
Okay. I believe that.
It was on 199 something. I guarantee if we pull it up right now, it's gonna be a lot more.
All righty.
Seth pissed me off when he cashed in on Punk. Punk deserved that win.
Look, man, I said it earlier. I agree to you as a Punk fan. I hated that shit. Like I really did. But as a business standpoint, it makes sense because no matter what, the world heavyweight title is the workhorse title. And I just don't see Punk really wrestling more often than not than once a month. Just due to his age and injuries. He gets injured a little bit more easier now. He's up there in age, and you want to hold the prestige of a guy like that. I mean, if this was the WWE Undisputed Belt, makes sense. He'll probably hold it a little longer, and I think he might win that title one day. I think that might happen at a Mania. I don't know. My predictions. But I am pissed. As a Punk fan, of course, I'm mad. I was really mad. But I mean, you had to see it coming. You really did, man. I just didn't buy the whole set being injury, angle at all. Like I said, the ref did not throw the X. And when the ref throws an X, it's a legit injury.
Yeah.
And not at all that was thrown at all. It was just kind of like, all right, let's just pin them and let's get out of here type of thing. All right, so what else matches do we have, by the way?
Triple threat.
Triple threat match. Okay, so here's my thing with this. It was a good match. Io, Rhea, anytime they're in the ring, even as a triple threat, great chemistry. Those two are like
They
Batman
deserve it. They deserve a solos WrestleMania match.
Yeah, they're like Batman and Joker. And you don't have to compare either one, but what I'm saying is you need both, right?
One can't live without the other, honestly.
Yeah, great chemistry. I mean, these are like your future feud. This is going to be one of those feuds where you talk about like Orton versus Cena, Brock versus Cena, CM Punk versus Cena, Hulk Hogan, the Macho Man.
Oh, Brock versus CM Punk.
Yep, The Rock and Austin. It's the same thing.
Yeah,
It's
literally.
the same thing, but in women's wrestling.
Literally. And
Yeah.
you don't, I mean, if you want to go women's, Trish and Lita.
Trish and Lita, right?
Yeah. By the way, another comment. I need Punk to win the undisputed title before he retires, or I quit watching WWE.
Damn. Oh man. I'm with you on that though.
Sorry.
I don't want you to quit, so I'm gonna root for you, man. I'm gonna root with you right here. We're gonna. I think it's gonna happen though. I think he's gonna get a main event again at WrestleMania, and I think it's gonna be for the undisputed title. Who knows when? But it just has to happen. It really does.
I gotta ask you something though.
Okay.
I know we haven't talked about the match, but do you think there's gonna be a third time for the title? One more time?
For who?
Cody versus John.
No, I think we're done. There's only like 9 dates or 12 that
he has 4 more months left. He doesn't have a lot. I know he's coming to Chicago on September 5th. I know he's coming to Chicago for sure.
Yeah, but I'm saying is there's only so many dates. So I don't think it's a rematch. I don't think at all. Doesn't make sense either. The way it ended, it doesn't make sense for a rematch. I think he's done. I think he's just gonna go off, and I think he's gonna put over the future star, whoever that be, by the end of the year.
He already passed the torch. I could see. Never mind. He did pass the torch.
Yeah.
Right. MNK, I sure hope so. Basically, back to your comment for
yeah, same here, man. I don't want you to quit. And then, I mean, honestly, I do want to see Punk with that undisputed title. It really would look good on him. But Okay, so overall, that triple threat match, it was pretty good.
I like the entrance. Was Naomi? I
I
did like that
did.
entrance.
I like the fact that that was her father,
Yes.
and that was crazy. I
Yes.
did not know that.
Didn't know either.
And it was a good entrance. My only gripe with this match, the ending, because it
Yeah.
was kind of lackluster. You know, Naomi getting the pin the way it is. And here's the thing, and this is gonna go back to the next, maybe not the next match in order, but the next thing I'm gonna talk about, and it was too short. Your women's
Matches
world
are too short.
heavyweight match was only 15 minutes.
Yeah.
It's fucking ridiculous. These women had great chemistry. Naomi does wrestle really great, honestly, underrated. You only gave them 15 minutes. What the hell? All right, doesn't make sense. All right, and I don't know how this went in order, but let's just go to the next one that I think happened. AJ Styles versus Dom. This was actually really good. One of my favorite matches of the night. It really was, because these guys had just great chemistry throughout the whole match. And I also like the fact that AJ paid homage to Eddie Guerrero with the low rider, and the fact, the Dom thing, SummerSlam, how he
Actually,
was involved.
do you know what's funny?
What?
His son had the same style as Dom did when he came out for the custody of Dom match. Literally, dude, look at his son. I'm like, that's Dom when he was a kid. Okay, I see it. All right.
Okay. Yeah. No. Okay. I didn't catch that.
I caught it really quick, dude. Hair, everything, blonde, and everything. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I see you're trying to be Dom. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. Well, honestly, dude, little great homage
from both of them, though. Not just one, both of them. Dom with the boot.
Well, besides that, also the chair shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, where they both threw the chair and then pretended like, okay, I throw AJ the chair, I fall down, and just like, fuck this, puts the chair on him
and
falls down, and then the ref just looks at them like, what has just happened? And the ref is not buying, and they're like, all right, let's go back, let's get at it. And then the homage to Eddie Guerrero, and that homage was from the Kurt Angle match, where he takes off his boots and beats Kurt Angle basically.
With a roll-up pin.
With the roll-up pin. Instead, Dom gets the win by hitting him with the boot.
Yep.
Yeah, so I don't know, man. He must have carried like a brick in that boot or something. But...
He carried something. Blink! Yeah, I heard it. It sounded loud. I was like, dang, okay.
Yeah, and obviously picked up the win. I thought it was rightfully so.
I thought so too.
I think AJ and Dom are not done. You could tell they're still continuing to feud with tonight's Raw. So we're probably going to see a rematch pretty soon.
AJ just has fun to it. That's hot.
And I think he's going to win it. My predictions now. I think he's going to win it in Clash of Paris, because that's coming up. And if you did not remember, the last time AJ was at Paris,
dude, he had the whole arena jumping.
Imagine if he wins.
Oh God.
Smart booking right there if they listen.
Yeah, will be, honestly.
So put it this way. Great match, great chemistry. My favorite match, one of my favorite matches of the night. On to the next one. And this one was it was all right, but it wasn't really my favorite. And this would be Becky versus Lyra Valkyria. I'm sorry. It was good action, but it just seemed like these women had better matches before.
I think it was the whole Bayley thing.
Not only that, but it's just like, I think it was just, so here's the thing. Throughout the night, it was just too many gimmicks.
Yeah.
It just started taking the feel out of it. And it's just like, this one didn't have to be a gimmick either. They were relying too much heavy on gimmicks tonight. It could have been better if without gimmicks, straight wrestling. These, they had great matches before. I'm sorry. It just wasn't one of my favorites. And the whole Bayley thing just kind of disappointed me.
Yeah.
I thought it was just dumb. And now Lyra cannot challenge for the titles. So we already see the direction Becky's going to head to. Nikki Bella, your favorite. But look, man, Nikki's a legend. Nikki sells merch. I'm sorry, but
congratulations. Yeah. You know how to sell yourself.
Fearless.
Congratulations. You know how to sell yourself.
So she's gonna move into that.
You make yourself proud.
Lyra's probably gonna go feud with Bayley. Someone's gonna have to turn heel. It might be Bayley or it might be a Swerve.
I think Bayley's gonna be.
I think it might be a Swerve. I think we're all expecting Bayley, but I think Lyra actually starting to be more aggressive.
I could see it though.
Yeah, I started thinking, and I kind of want to see Lyra as a heel. I really do. We already seen Bayley as a heel. I don't think we need to keep seeing her as a heel. I think it's time to see what Lyra could do in that heel role finally.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, she has the interest for it. I can see it with the wings and everything and the mohawk she has. I mean, you can see it.
yep. And then to me, is one of the worst match of the fucking night. Solo Sikoa versus Jacob Fatu in a steel cage match.
I mean, it had some good spots. Just
Yeah, after the match was over.
it had a spot with him ripping off the handcuff, which is pretty cool.
That was fucking lame, dude. I'm sorry, but do you not? Okay, so is it just me, or does no one see the camera doing a horrible job showing that Fatu puts his hand so that way they could cuff him? Like he volunteers himself basically instead of like pretending like he's fighting. He's just, and I'm just like, seriously, dude, you just gave out your hand so he could just handcuff you. I'm sorry, it just was so cringe the whole match. And then the fact that he could escape, then he goes like, nah, I gotta whoop some ass.
All gas, no brakes.
Well, it's just, but that proves that Soul was right about him, and it makes him look a little bit more dumb. It kind of defeated the character. It kind of did. And then not only that, but the finish was horrible.
It was terrible. It really
just
was.
Hit him with the door.
I mean,
makes him look dumb.
Longer, you know.
But, yeah, either way, dude, it was a horrible fucking ending.
Do you know they're gonna do something for Survivor Series, right?
I don't care. I don't care. Dude.
I see it though. I mean,
this whole MF whatever
MFT.
It's just fucking horrible, dude. It's a shitty angle. Honestly, it should just.
It's a knockoff of the Bloodline.
But even then, dude, you don't need a faction around Solo. Cut them off, dude. These guys could do great by themselves, all of them. The
reason why I think they keep them is to make Solo look good.
But even then, this tonight did not. I mean, last night did not do Solo any justice. The best part was the ending. When he went to do the moonsault, we knew that spot was coming, but you wait till the end. Doesn't make it. I mean, it really didn't make any sense. I don't, honestly, cut your losses, move on. There's better things for all these men. Just move on. But they're not going to do it. They're going to keep pushing this. And I just hope at least the next match is better than this crap. To me, it was one of the worst.
I see them actually going into War Games,
which I think is just dumb. I don't think it needs to be, dude. It looks like it's already stale. Last night, it looks stale. It doesn't look like it needs to go forward anymore. But they will do it just because they don't have any other ideas at this point.
Very much. I just want to know who's going to join in with Solo. Assuming the Solo with Fatu.
But that's the thing. There's not that many people that make sense anymore. You can't
What's that one other longer brother?
The Law?
Yeah, whatever happened to him?
He's injured.
I feel like he's probably going to come back and go with Fatu. Maybe it could happen.
Yeah, but it just, I don't know, man. It's just like things are going to get stale, and it just
Listen, I feel like it's just going to all culminate at War Games.
Yeah,
I hope. I don't think so, but I hope.
Why you want to watch this at War Games? Like, dude, you're gonna have
because you can tell that's what they're doing.
Months of shitty storyline.
Because then you just brought in Jimmy Uso for what then?
What do you mean you brought him? He's already in SmackDown.
You brought him into this little thing for what though?
If he had nothing else to do.
So that's what I'm saying. Like they're gonna build this up to it. It's literally building up to it. You can see it.
You don't have to have these guys at War Games. You could have another team. We don't have to keep seeing the Bloodline or the MFTs keep going at it and taking over War Games. I'm sorry. There are other storylines. You could have Seth's group versus Roman's group, and it doesn't have to be involved the Bloodline. That makes more sense, actually.
I feel like I agree with you. I'm not disagreeing with you. However, back to what I was saying, though, I just feel like it's going to lead to it. Like, we're going to finish this all at War Games. All right,
I don't see it, dude. Think about it.
I see it. Believe me, I 100% see it, but I still, the way booking is, man, I can't.
It can't. Look, September, October, November. 3 months of stale SmackDown product, and they're only 2 hours. They're not 3 hours. If this was a 3-hour show, I could see it. I don't see it going past September just because that's 3 months in a 2-hour slot that you're taking over. There's only so much comedy effect that you have Solo doing that it's not going to save bad booking, stale booking. I'm sorry. I think it's going to end in September. I think that War Games is preserved for something new, and I really think it's set group. I think it's.
I hope it is. I really
Yeah.
hope it is. I agree with you. Really do hope it is.
Because think about it. What's going to sell more, MFTs or the Oracle, whatever these guys are called? I don't know. What do they call themselves?
I don't know.
I think I heard a name, but yeah. Either way,
The new Evolution, because their theme song kind of sounds like Evolution 2.0.
Well, look. Either way, worst match of the night. Sorry, had nothing. I got nothing from this. I'm sorry. I just didn't. And I like.
Just
I
a
like.
cool moonsault from Fatu.
That's it. I like Fatu. I really do. It just there's nothing. He's better off moving on, going to something else. There's a lot of great matches for this guy.
Honestly.
Yeah. So another
his matches against LA were fantastic.
That's what I'm saying. This guy could have a match with anybody, but this whole Solo shit is ran its course. All right. Match of the night. John Cena versus Cody Rhodes for the WWE Undisputed Championship. Street fight. All right, look, man, it needed to be a street fight because John Cena's best days are gone in wrestling, and it had to involve weapons to make it more
believable and fun and everything.
Yeah, and it really was. I think this was really the best match of the weekend. I could say that for sure. It was also Cena's best match of the year. Since his whole last run, this is probably going to top it. I don't think whatever goes on the rest of the time for Cena, I don't think it's going to get beat. I think this is it. This was it. This is going to be his highlight of his retirement match. And we're going to go into details about everything that happened before then, his heel turn. But let's just focus on the match itself. It was great. It was awesome.
Fantastic. Really great match.
I think it's going to go. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you go. Keep going.
I think it's going to go in this top 5 best matches of all time for John Cena. I really do think so because this had everything. This had that main event Mania status that we didn't get at Mania.
You paid the money. How someone just say?
Yeah, but either way, it's just like we got a shittier project overall for Mania, and this was should have been it. And we're gonna go in details why that is. But either way, focus on the match itself. It was great, awesome. There was a lot of good spots there, a lot of shocking spots. The 3 finishers from both men.
The 3 crossroads at one point.
Yeah, 3 crossroads.
Even I was like, it's over. And he kicked out. I was like, what?
But also the 3 AAs.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy. The STFU with the rope. With the rope. And honestly,
Cody flips it.
There's a lot of great spots, a lot of good stuff.
I like how both of them at the end Cody had a tear in his eye when he was talking to Cena.
Yeah, well, also the announce table where the attitude adjustment.
Yeah,
that was just crazy spot overall. I mean, like honestly, man, this just was a good match overall. A good feeling.
Them going behind the crowd, using.
Oh, the ride! I forgot about that, dude. When Cena came out with that smirk, I'm like, damn.
I see. Like, we're just literally talking about that. Cage Street. The best part of the match was when Cena came up from the stage holding Cody. Look at that. We literally just talking about it.
Honestly, dude, it was awesome, dude. When he came up, I'm just like, dude, this is badass.
The way the light still was on him and everything, it's freaking awesome.
Yeah. Honestly, dude, overall the match was great. The end was also great. The way that Cody gave him the salute, the final salute, goes and just says, "All right, it's done," and finishes him off finally.
Again, both Cody at the end when he got the torch from Cena, bawling his eyes out, like trying to hold it back, like.
Well, that was basically the guy, when he came in, he was just mid-carder at best. This was the guy to be. This is the reason why Cody went to the independent scenes, to get a name out of himself, to get back to the top, starts up a company, which we're going to talk about pretty soon. And then eventually that didn't work out, goes back to WWE. a bigger star than ever before. And he went through all that shit throughout his life, and this is where he's at. This is where he wanted to be, facing the guy next to him that passes the torch and says, "This is it." Gave him an exchange of words, and whatever words he gave him, which maybe one day we'll find out, maybe not, made him bawl his eyes out, and rightfully so. Of course, if you notice that whole crowd was John Cena, pro John Cena.
Yes.
Yeah,
I was pro John Cena.
which is not shocking. It's always been like that. It's always
Yeah.
the legend getting cheered and, the newcomers getting booed. It's just, the old fans.
Except for one match. Hogan Rock.
Oh, yeah, that was a different.
It's a different one.
Wait. The legend getting cheered?
No, the legend. It was more the legend getting booed at that point. But no, you're right. Yeah, the legend getting cheered. I forgot because it's.
Yeah,
Rock
Hogan got cheered like crazy. If anything, the Rock got booed out there.
Like no tomorrow. I just remember that. You're right.
Yeah. So I was kind of confused there, but I get what you're saying. But overall though, feel good moment. One of the best matches for both men. Probably one of the best matches of the year. I'm going to say that.
Dave Meltzer deserves 5 stars.
He never gave it 5. He actually said it was a great match. It's one of the best of the year. He did say that. Shocking.
Until AEW does something, and then is that
WWE. One of WWE's best matches of the year.
5 stars.
Well, he didn't give it 5 stars. I don't think he did. I think he's gonna give like 4.5.
4.75.
Yeah, probably. I mean, it was good overall. Look, I don't rate matches like that. I just don't like it. Because every match has its quality. Every match has its high points. Every match has something for the history books. I think this is one of those matches that you're gonna look back and be like, "Damn, that was a pretty good,
I want to watch it again."
Yeah. Honestly, you could watch it because it was well invested. Yeah. So Cody has his feel good moment, wins his titles, 2 times undisputed champion. Congrats to him. Walks out, gives Cena the ring, gives him his moment. We're out there for like 3 minutes or so. And people thought at that point could be Travis Scott, could be The Rock. There was rumors that Travis Scott's actually made amends. There were some reports that Sunday Travis Scott's made amends with WWE because they were in bad terms, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so people were scared. And then next thing you know, Brock Lesnar's music hits, familiar, crowd goes wild.
That place came unglued.
Yeah, and here comes Brock Lesnar himself. We haven't seen him for like a year and a half. And there was talks of him coming back on the Rumble and having a little storyline with Dom, where Dom, eliminates him and then eventually comes back and beats the hell out of him. So there was talks. Obviously, we know the allegations out there. So my knowledge, we're not going to go more in details because this is still ongoing. The case and all. But the thing is that he was never involved with anything sexual, but he was supposedly planning on it, but he never fell through. So I guess technically he is clear. That's what they're saying. I don't think there's any proof of this, but the rumor has it is that he's been clear, but yet there's no official report. So we're just going to have to assume he was clear enough for WWE to bring him back. TKO for willing to say, yes, let's just bring the guy back and let's see how it goes. So, okay, let me just say this. You notice one thing?
Which part?
After the whole thing was over, well, he comes in, gives Cena his F5. It's like after Cena got his match done.
It's like he's done 3 times, by the way.
Yeah. Gives Cena the F5, and basically that's it. He's back. All right. Sporting a beard.
Longer hair. Normally something that we don't really associate with Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, I mean, things change in a year and a half. Yeah.
Actually.
Still looks great. Still jacked. I mean, the guy's probably been working out nonstop. Genetic freak.
Fucking animal.
Honestly. So post conference, there's none. No more. Saturday, Sunday, nothing. No post conference. And from now on, it looks like it's going forward. No more post press conference. There's a reason for that. At first, nobody knew why, but WWE, Triple H, was getting ready to avoid this. That way, they don't ask him questions when Brock Lesnar returns about the Vince allegation. You know, smart.
Intelligent, honestly. It's best for business.
I mean, personally, kind of, I don't know. I don't like it. Do think fans do have a right to ask questions. My thing, but that's just me.
I just think though there's business and non-business.
Yeah,
and Triple H don't want to cross the line into the non-business side of life.
but eventually you're gonna be asked the toughest questions. You got to
Of course.
know how to answer it. We all give shit for Tony Khan not knowing how to answer it, but Triple H is not that far from it. You not notice that?
Sorry.
You do realize Triple H has never been known to answer a question even right either. You know?
No.
It's like, remember the allegations where he says that I think he was like, you don't know how to book black wrestlers or something, and he goes like, I don't see color. Like everybody's the same to me, which was kind of a dumb answer to give out. And it's just like he does not know how to answer these questions. Nobody does, you know, like and instead, like, all right, we're gonna avoid the whole thing. We don't want to bring out the Vince scandal. I get it. I just don't think it's right either. Because like I said, the fans who deserve answers, and it's kind of like their thing is just shut up and enjoy what we give you. The whole Rock thing, the whole Triple H thing too. Triple H has said that too. I don't care what the fans think, you know. I do what I want. Look, it is what it is. I hope we get a little bit more answers. We did get some. They did have a press conference, but just between analysts, you know?
Yeah.
He did say, this is what Triple H said, that this was an idea supposedly that John Cena had, which is odd because Cena never gives out ideas like that before.
No.
So he kind of gave all the credit to Cena, and I feel like it's more like, all right, everybody loves John Cena. Let's just push it all on him.
And Cena's gonna take it.
Yeah, he's gonna be a good sport, obviously. Look, Brock Lesnar as a person, I don't know about him. Don't really know too much about him. There's stories that he's an asshole, and it's probably true.
The stories that he's super sweet though.
Yeah, who knows? It all depends because there's been a lot of stories where I don't know. You know, we're not gonna go through that rabbit hole. Wrestler wise,
it's a fucking animal.
Yep, he's great. Yeah, this guy's already getting an orgasm.
Hell yeah.
I was an animal.
He is though.
Yeah.
Dude, his weight, his height, his age, he should not be doing the shit he does.
Yeah. I mean, when you take care of yourself, you could do anything basically.
Literally.
Yeah. But yeah, good wrestler. Really is. There's matches for him, but he's not going to be here around. I have a theory, and that theory is he's on his retirement tour as well.
I feel like his retirement tour is on Cena.
I don't think so. I think if you look at it, they announced this. Think about it. It starts yesterday. It's going to end next SummerSlam. You want to know why?
Why?
Where's the next SummerSlam held at?
Minnesota.
Where's he from?
Minnesota.
There you go.
But I feel like this active run ends with Cena, takes some time off, and then comes back for one final match. Kind of like a Goldberg thing. I feel that.
I don't know, because I feel like he's going to wrestle at Mania. Yeah. Like, I think he's going to be at the Rumble. I mean, they're going to use Brock as much as they can, because I don't think he has enough time left. I think he's about to.
He's about to.
Yeah, and I think they're going to use him for Royal Rumble, not Chamber, WrestleMania, take his hiatus, maybe come back for appearance, go to SummerSlam, call it a career, and that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's a theory. We don't know. I can't say for sure. I'm not going to throw it out there. But we do know we're going to get John Cena versus Brock Lesnar one more time. I don't think this is going to go more on to just one match. I think it's a one and done. I'm sorry, look. It's nice to have, right? It's nice to have because these are great rivals to each other. They really are. You know, they go back to OVW.
Everybody know.
They go back to 02 when Cena had the rapper gimmick, and he was
Yeah.
a heel, and Lesnar was a face, and he would beat the shit out of Cena. And then eventually, when Lesnar came back, they had their street fight where Cena did go over, but got his ass kicked during the fight. And then the point where Cena got squashed and taken to Super City. Look, on and back and forth. So here's my gripe, man. And I'm going to have to go on a rant. Cena turning heel was a great moment, but a disaster of a run.
For 5 months.
Yeah, it was awful. There's nothing good that really came out of that. It was a horrible way to your beginning of the half of your career ending,
Tour.
retirement. Horrible, dude. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm trying to find the good out of it. Shock value, amazing. After that, whoosh, nothing. And the way he just went from heel to face made no sense. I'm sorry. Bad booking once again. Made no sense. I get it. Brock, they knew Brock was going to return. They can't have heel Brock face Cena. You know what I mean? Heel Brock, heel Cena. Although I would like to see face Brock versus heel Cena.
That'd be fun.
That would have been fun, honestly. But it just didn't make sense. It just feels like Vince Russo booking. Bro.
Literally.
Yeah, like, I'm sorry. It doesn't make any sense. It's still going to be one of those things where, like, yeah, we fucked up. So we're just going to hide it in the rug, pretend like nobody knows, and let's just start all over.
We'll
Dude.
bring out Brock Lesnar.
That, man, dude, when you're at the highest point of wrestling, the highs of the highs, like WWE, honestly, you guys got to do better.
Everything's being watched by a magnifying glass at that point.
Yeah, so here's another thing. This whole setup doesn't make sense either way. Brock and Cena doesn't make sense right now at this point of both their careers. Want to know why? Who's going over?
That's true.
Why? Why bring Brock the shock value, have him lose to Cena? Makes no sense. Why have Brock beat Cena? Makes no sense. It's not going to work. I'm sorry. Unless they're going to end their career by the time in December, whatever. But even then,
maybe.
But even then, it's just dumb. I'm sorry. It just doesn't make any sense.
That would be funny if they still make it work. Cena versus Brock. Loser has to leave WWE and wrestling forever. All right, Cena, feels good. Nice to know you.
Yeah, better off, man. At this point, we've seen worse shit, right?
Literally.
Night 2 overall, though. Despite all that, Night 2 overall,
a lot better than Night 1.
I'm gonna give it to like a B plus, maybe.
Yeah, I was gonna say B plus.
Yeah, I think honestly, SummerSlam in general, Night 1 and Night 2, better than Mania. I'm gonna say that. Yeah, because Mania had its moments, but honestly, Night 2 was horrible. Kind of made me throw up in my mouth, and so I'm gonna say Night 2 overall, the SummerSlam way better than Night 2 of Mania, and overall better. So on to the rest of the news. Alrighty, so let's just keep it going with the PLEs. All right, I don't know if you heard this, buddy, but your Papa H and TKO got a great idea going on. You want to know what that is?
What is it?
We're gonna start having more 2 nights PLEs, guys. Royal Rumble, 2 nights. Survivor Series, 2 nights. And guess what? We're not done. How about we throw in Money in the Bank, 2 nights? God damn it. It's just like, I don't understand how fans are going to afford this. Look, I'm going to just say this. And we saw this coming. We're not going to deny it. We knew the Rumble was going to be 2 nights. We really did.
We knew Survivor was going to be 2 nights.
Eventually. But why Money in the Bank? That does not make sense. That should not be a 2-night.
Where do they have it at this year?
LA, I guess. Yeah, it was in LA this year.
But it still got a big eruption. That's why.
Yeah, but even then, man, it's just like this is just getting ridiculous. And
you want to know what's fucking ridiculous?
What?
The damn prices that they have for coming to Chicago.
Well, let's not base it on Chicago. Let's just like overall.
No, but I'm just saying in general, fucking prices are ridiculous. $150 for nosebleeds?
Well, that's not based in Chicago. Let's base it where SummerSlam was at. Where was it at? Midlife.
Yeah.
You know how much nosebleeds were there?
1,000 something for sure.
They were. And I saw those views from that angle, and I'm like, you're better off just watching it at home.
Yep.
So put it this way, dude. At the prices they're doing, it's ridiculous. They're phasing out the hardcore fans. Well, I guess some hardcore fans are gonna go, but they're phasing out the family. You're not
Yeah,
gonna. I'm not gonna go if I had a family. I'm not gonna go bring my kids and watch this product. If I had some kids, I'd probably be a bad father. I'd probably just go by myself. But I'm sorry. I'd be like, look, man, when you get older, you're gonna understand, and then you're gonna want to go. You're gonna get yourself a job, and guess what? You'll go by yourself. You'll understand why I went by myself. Choices were made.
sacrifice that we make.
Sacrifices are made. But look, in all honesty, I don't like the direction they're going to with these PLEs. I understand Royal Rumble being 2 nights.
One night woman, one night man. I see that.
I don't think. Look, I get why they're doing it for Survivor Series because it's the Big Four. But does it really need to be 2 nights? No. I'm sorry. There's just not enough content this year. Last year to really made it 2 nights. Royal Rumble, you could give a really good reason. But Survivor Series never been. It's been like out of the Big Four, it's always the last out of the four. It's not the greatest. It never was.
I'll tell you this. Only because I was there. It was a lot of fun. You felt the crowd energy, so I see that. I see why you might not make it 2 nights. I can honestly kind of, not fully, but I can kind of vouch for the 2 nights.
But
I don't get Money in the Bank. I'm trying to rattle my head around that one. Why Money in the Bank?
Well, let's put it this way. If I'm going to choose between Money in the Bank and Survivor Series, I'm going to go with Money in the Bank. It makes more sense. I don't think it should be, though, because I think it's also dumb. It's not part of your Big Four, tradition-wise.
No.
But it makes more sense to Survivor Series. Women's, men's. Night 1, night 2. Makes sense. I don't want it, though. I don't want to keep paying for one night and then going to the next night. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of alcohol. That's a lot of food, parking, souvenirs. It's ridiculous.
That credit card bill came back really hefty.
Yeah, honestly, dude, it's getting ridiculous, this whole thing. It doesn't make sense. Honestly, it doesn't make sense, Money in the Bank or Survivor Series. It's just WWE's getting greedy. They're going to dry themselves out pretty well. And look, put it this way. Okay. SummerSlam. Overall, did well. I'm not going to lie, it did well. For both nights, it drew 100,000.
60.
Yeah, 160. Yeah. No, it wasn't 160. No.
Combined, it was like 100 something.
No, I think it was like 110.
Whatever.
Yeah, it wasn't sold out. And I'm going to tell you why. There was pictures where half of it was kind of missing. Not all half, but there was a good chunk, the hard side, that was missing. So it's not selling as well as it should be. Imagine if they lower the prices, they could have filled it up. I honestly think they could have filled it up because they did a comparison. I guess there was that soccer league that played there a week before, and it filled out 80,000 people, and WWE only did 60. So
and don't forget, WWE does add more seats on the floor.
Yeah, but even then, it's just you could add more if you just lower down the prices, But they're just sticking to their greediness. So I'm really disappointed. I don't want to keep. I'll watch, but I'm not going to attend these shows anymore. If it's 2 nights, it's just not reasonable for someone, in the average income, I guess you could say.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I get inflation is hurting everybody, but dude, to jump over what 20, 25, 35, 50, 60% on ticket wise for what? Because I mean, I found it steep when I went to the house show and it was $70.
Mm-hmm.
I found it steep. I'll go back to it. I'm looking at the SmackDown here, same arena. Only because we're going to be on TV, it literally jumped double to 150 for higher seats.
Well, that's the thing, man. If you keep paying for prices,
they're going to keep just saying, yeah, y'all paying for it.
That's the thing that I stopped, doing, is that I stopped giving the money because it's like I'd rather watch it at home at that point.
Literally.
Like, I'm not going to pay for nosebleeds. It's fun, but at the same time, it's not getting to the point of being justified anymore.
It's not, dude. I mean, heck, when we ever went to Allstate Arena the last time, we actually went standing. We actually stood standing the whole time.
Yeah, but in general, man, it's just like you're better off going to your local house shows out there, whatever you're at, what city you're at. You're better off going to your local, house shows, wrestling-wise, independent scene, There's a lot of them. You can get a ticket for $20 and you can get a bunch of food and beer for cheaper even.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'd rather just save it watching this product on TV at this point because, like I said, dude, it's just getting ridiculous. I'm going to Mania again. I am. I'm already saving up, but imagine if I spend this X amount on a ticket, it's probably going to be double that this year. And I'm already afraid to even think about that. And I'm just going to pray for the best. Not religious, man, by the way, but I'm going to pray for the best and hope for the best. So I'm going to hope that, a miracle happens and those tickets drop in prices. But I think I'm asking too much. Honestly, like I said, TKO is got to make up for their depth. And what way is to put two nights?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's getting kind of ridiculous, but hey, man, that's the way the cookie crumbles, apparently.
Literally.
So on to the next news. Is there still bad blood between Cody Rhodes and AEW? What do you think?
Yes.
Okay, so there's a quote that says from Cody Rhodes, and of course there is. Yeah, there was always speculation that they did not leave in good terms, and you could just tell. So there was a quote that says there was so much disrespect, and I can't stand for that for a company that I helped found.
And he really did.
Yeah, and I guess he never specified what disrespected was, but there's a lot of assumptions that it could have been, his like they did want him to turn heel, you could tell, but he did stuck to his gut and says, "No, I'm gonna stick as a face. I don't care what the crowd is doing." And if you remember, dude, that crowd turned on Cody bad.
Nasty, dude.
Dude, I remember
Sammy Guevara got cheered when he won.
You remember that video where they grabbed his belt and he throws it to the crowd and they throw it back and he does it again. He does the Cena thing where they throw his shirt, he does the same thing. He throws his belt, they throw it back. He throws his belt, they throw it back. They're cheering on when they throw it back. He keeps throwing it. They kept throwing it back at him. I was there and I remember that. And we were cheering. We were like, yeah, throw it back. Throw it back. Dude, it was bad. He was getting booed. Look, it was smart of him to leave. He was never going to win that AEW crowd over. And I'm gonna put it this way, dude. I'm sorry. Look, I like AEW, but to announce your EVPs as wrestlers and not just keep it a secret kills the whole aura of the thing because it makes those guys look bad. It made Cody look bad because you're like, well, this guy's running the company. You know what I mean? He's pretending to be this good guy, but dude, he's a fucking jackass behind the scenes. You never know. That's what they're thinking. I'm not saying he was like that, but it just kind of killed his whole vibe.
I think they did the thing with the MJF thing really did spike him up, and then when he stopped that kind of side of Cody, that's when everyone came against him.
But you know what's funny though? He had some fucking great matches in AEW. Him against Brody.
Yeah.
That was a fucking barn burner. It really was against Sammy, against MJF. Honestly, he just kept having great matches after great matches. He was giving it his all, dude. When he moonsault from the steel cage,
yeah,
that was great. We do got a comment.
Adam Copeland is one of the 5 wrestlers that's carrying AEW now because since Cody left, they lost a lot of star power because it's making more people leave to go to WWE.
Adam Copeland. To an extent, I would have to agree with that. I don't. Well, that's the thing. It's just that I feel like Adam Copeland in the last couple of months, he just hasn't done much as he did when he first came in. And I get it. He had the injuries and stuff.
The injury bug will kill you at that age.
Right now, what they're doing, though, it's kind of okay. They're back to that. They're not on the decline. They're not on the, increase. They're like right there. And I think they finally found the right level of stars. But I just hope they don't fuck it up,
Again.
Yeah, because right now MJF is where he needs to be. Adam Page as the fucking champion makes sense. John Moxley not champion makes sense. It's just like they're at the right level. I do feel like when Punk left, that's where they took the biggest blow because they went from hitting 1 million viewerships back down to 600, 500. It just got really bad. And he was bringing viewerships. and he was bringing, and he had some great matches in AEW.
He really did.
Storylines. He was just bringing it as all, and that really, I mean, Cody was the crack in the foundation. CM Punk was more of the sledgehammer that went through the throne, and that's another Cody reference. So
Naturally.
it, you know, it wasn't good for AEW, and it's never going to go back to that 1 million views type of era. But I feel like they could still be the number 2 promotions. I don't think there's going to be any competition. Maybe TNA in a few years if they get their card rights, but not anytime soon. No. As far as that, there's probably a lot of things we're never going to hear about because of NDAs signed off and stuff from both sides.
Both parties.
Yeah, both parties, because that's what AEW does. That's what Tony Khan does. He makes these people sign NDAs. So we're only going to get like small interviews here and there. Cody cannot go back into details, but it was not great. I still think he has, friends there. I feel like he's still friends with the Young Bucks. I think he's friends with Kenny, obviously. But like, there's a lot of bad blood that did happen between there. I don't think he's really good terms with Tony Khan.
No.
No.
K3, with Cross possibly leaving WWE, you think he's going to go to the AEW? We actually talked about this early in the show. We said he's probably going to leave, but we never said like a place. Maybe AEW. I think maybe.
He'll fit in great in AEW. He could go to TNA as well. There's a lot of other promotions, but I think he'll fit in great in AEW. I really think he does if they book him right. It's a shame though, man. It's sad that if that's the case, this is what it had to come to for Karrion Kross. It really is. He's a great asset to WWE. I just don't understand why they don't want to push the guy, at least to a mid-carder, a great mid-carder. I'm not asking for a world title. I'm just asking for a mid-carder position. There's a lot of storylines there that he could do with other wrestlers.
Honestly.
Yeah, and he has a great, personality. He could cut promos. He does great on YouTube. It's just like another Matt Cardona. It really is. But we'll see. Let's just hope for the best for Karrion Kross. We'll find out more. It's probably a couple of more days go by.
Definitely be talking about it.
Was that?
We'll definitely be talking about it.
We'll probably be talking about it next Monday.
For sure.
But yeah, I don't think we'll ever find out the true details of AEW until it goes under. Because at that point, those NDAs are probably going to be done. You could talk about whatever. I'm not hoping for that to happen, but we'll see.
I don't think it's going to happen with the Khan's pockets as deep as it is. I don't think so.
And I mean, the product's not bad right now. It was a lot worse last year. I think right now it's a lot better than it was. Not the greatest either. It's not at its peak, but also I don't think it's as bad as it was back then. Like last year was horrible. This year it seems like they're starting to get back to leveling
Build up.
Yeah, and they're starting to push the rising stars a little bit more, finally. But yeah, dude. So that's the thing. Tonight's Raw. Anything that stuck out to you from tonight's Raw?
I'll be honest with you. I wasn't able to catch it.
You're not gonna be able to catch it. Okay.
I wasn't able to catch it, to be honest with you.
Alrighty. So tonight's Raw. The one thing that did caught out, obvious, is Seth Rollins coming back out with that title, man. And so he did look dominant against LA Knight. He did got the win. So out of nowhere, they did book a match, LA Knight versus Seth, since LA Knight did beat Seth Rollins. So they booked the match, and before LA Knight even got a finish, CM Punk came out and attacked Seth Rollins. And LA Knight was not too happy about that. And rightfully so. You got disqualified. He didn't get a win. He didn't get a title. Yeah. So I think there could be a feud between both three men's. CM Punk, Seth Rollins, and LA Knight.
I'll say them. I'll get on the mic. It's going to be great.
Yeah, it's going to be great. You think Seth still retains?
Yeah.
Okay. Why so, though?
It makes sense right now because you're really building him as this, like, Triple H wannabe.
Mm-hmm.
So I can see it. Again, workhorse title. LA Knight and CM Punk are not your workhorses anymore. 10 years ago, they were your workhorses. Now, no, they're not.
Yeah. As well as we already know AJ Styles and Dom are still going to keep going at it because after the Dom match against Dragon Lee, when they were he was attacking Dragon Lee and all, that AJ Styles came out for the save because, again, Dom was going to hit him with the boot. So AJ Styles came out, grabbed his boot. Dom got out of the ring and he threw the boot at Dom and hit him in the head, which is kind of funny. Their feud is gonna keep going on.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, Becky versus Nikki Bella. That's already in the works. So it was gonna happen. Nikki needs a storyline. Nikki's back, whether you like it or not. She sells merch. Let's go. Why not? Let's see what she has still left.
Congratulations. Sorry yourself.
This Friday, actually, we're gonna get word from John Cena of the aftermath of SummerSlam.
Oh, dude, I can't wait to see that.
Yep, so tune in for SmackDown on that. That's what we got announced, as well as one thing that did kind of strike me out. I think I heard over the weekend was that Big E kind of indicated that he's done with wrestling in general. Like, as far as getting back in the ring,
he's not going to.
Nah, he's not going to. Which is, hey, it's better off.
If you look at all the posts he's made, he's always said, like, my neck is still broken.
Mm-hmm.
Like, my neck is broken.
Yeah, and it's probably for the best, you know? I think it's for the best, and I think it's the right way to go. But, hey, man, you had a good career, honestly. And
he had a great career.
Yeah.
Him joining the New Day was the best thing that ever happened.
Oh, yeah, dude. And now he's still in wrestling. He still does the announcing. Dude, he's still great. We also have Io versus Naomi. 1-on-1. I think that's next week, actually. Yeah, but Rhea's kind of still in the mix. Little storyline between them. They had a little words of interactions where Io says, "You'll never beat me." Like towards the end of their little interaction. So I don't think they're done with each other yet.
No.
And I don't think, Naomi's gonna lose that title anytime soon, and she shouldn't. So honestly, man, that's your Raw recap, dude. There's gonna be a lot of interesting things coming out of tonight's Raw with SummerSlam going on to the future into SmackDown.
I'll find out on Friday. I want to see what Cena has to say about Brock.
I really do. And as well as we're going to get ready to the next pay-per-view, man.
Clash in Paris.
Yep. That's going to be good. I really think it's going to be a great.
I think the fans are going to go crazy again with that one.
That's the thing. These international tours are always awesome. But look, guys.
It's going to be an early one, too. Don't forget, guys.
Oh, yeah. But look, guys, it's been a great night. Thank you for joining. Thanks for the comments. We do appreciate you. Like, subscribe. Tune in next Monday. We're always going to be here. See you guys later. Oh, yeah.
Peace.